Hey yo Redstoners, this is ABHO37 and today I am back with this 5x5 door. I'm pretty sure if y'all are here, you've already seen my video on it, but I'm just gonna do a tutorial on it. I'm not quite sure how long it's gonna take because I do want to try and explain everything as thoroughly as I can. So anyways, let's just get right to it. So the first thing you should know is when building your layout, make sure that when you have a setup like this, see the middle piston of your layout and a block and then another piston, redstone right here, make sure this topic piston extends and not the bottom one like this, because in some locations it will do that, which kind of annoys me, but I couldn't really find a way to fix that. So since this location works, we'll just hop right into it. So just continue with the back pistons and then the other storage pistons right here, fill in the door blocks for that. And then right over here, you're going to have your side pistons, 3, 4, 5, and voila. And then have your same set of 5 side pistons over here and just fill those in with blocks. And then right here you're gonna have your top layout, so that's 3 pistons across right here for storage, and then a quadruple extender right here. So this is your piston setup. So the next thing we're going to do is go through the door frame and pick out the blocks that have to be solid, just for convenience, to make sure that you're not designing anything that has transparent blocks where solid blocks should be. So first, right here, this block is going to be powered, so that needs to be solid, as well as these two on either side right there. Next, all along here needs to be solid, and that's because most of the quad is stuffed over on this side, so a lot of the space is used. So, and then right here and right here, there will be redstone and repeater right here. Then right here there will be something right there, and the rest you can just fill in with whatever transparent block you please. I'm just gonna fill it in with white stained glass so you can see everything that's going on. And after this, we can start the actual wiring. So first, start out with your input, which will be right here. Then next, get a slab. And then on this slab, put a repeater on 2 ticks, a torch, a block, and a torch and a block. And these will just control the side pistons, the repeater right here, doing 2 ticks right there, keeping it in sync with the torches. So that works. Then next, power the top, put a torch on the side of that block, torch right here, and then run some redstone dust up here and then over to the side right here. And this redstone will run into a monostable to power these back pistons. Then 3 redstone dust right there, and that will be used into something I will explain later. Then right here will go into a torch. Then you're going to need to get a dropper and a hopper. Put the dropper directly on top of the torch. Put the item inside of the hopper instead of the dropper this time. Then get a comparator and a repeater on 1 tick. then a torch, and now is the a good time to start the inputs for the top. So these right here, then repeaters, and then this will go into a updater piston facing downwards from right here, a block, and then have these running over with redstone dust right there, right a line right here, and right here. So that's all the inputs. Next we'll go into the quad extender, which, like I mentioned before, most of it is stuffed right over here. So right here, a repeater on 2 ticks after placing this downwards piston right here, and then a dropper and a hopper right there with an item inside, a repeater on 2 ticks with redstone dust right there. Then over here you can place a comparator coming out from that hopper. Just replace this repeater on 2 if you broke that block. Redstone dust, a repeater right here, and connect that up with a block. Next, have some redstone dust right here running up into a repeater. This will also be powered by a repeater right there. And as for the rest of the quad, 2 repeaters on 4 ticks each, a torch, block, redstone dust, and a torch right there. Then a block, redstone dust yet again, and a slab right here to update it. And this will have redstone dust on top, and just redirect that with a trip wire hook. And so now we're gonna place the extra move circuit so while we can still reach it. And so just an item in the back dropper. These 2 droppers are facing into each other, by the way. So a comparator, repeater on 4 ticks, repeater on 4 ticks, and repeater on 4 ticks. And then next, slab right here, redstone dust, repeater on 4 ticks, repeater on 3 ticks, oops, and come on, there we go, a block and a repeater on 4 ticks to turn on this redstone to stop this little clock right here at the right time. So it'll only do about 3 pulses. Next, repeater on 4 ticks right here, sticky piston monostable, and then place a repeater on 2 ticks right there, like so. Then next, have a sort of double extender type of thing. This is used as a toggle basically. It's used to power this redstone right here, and also keep this from retracting so it can do that again for a second time. So anyways, bring these torches down, but before you finish that off, remember there is a redstone dust right here and a repeater with a block on its face. And this circuit right here also needs some finishing up, and that should be the entire quad done. So now we can finally move into the bottom and put a block right here, a comparator right here, and the comparator should be turned on by this item inside of a hopper. The next, a slab right there, and then repeater. Then have redstone dust running down here, get another repeater to power this piston over here. Next, a 3-tick repeater, a block, redstone dust, a 1-tick repeater, and in case you haven't noticed, this actually won't toggle because this is a 3-tick pulse instead of a 1. So later, there will be a circuit that pulls this out of the way, and actually uses it to complete a different part of the door. So that aside, just place a repeater right here, redstone dust, another repeater, and redstone dust to finish out the inputs for the bottom pistons. And then you can just have one more repeater going to a redstone dust line up there. So that'll finish that section off. Next, have a repeater on 1 tick going into a block with redstone dust. Then redstone dust right here, cut that off. Have this going into a repeater and redstone dust right there. Also for the inputs, redstone dust with a block on either side, then repeater on 2 ticks, sticky piston, then get a cauldron, and then fill that with water. Get that out of my inventory before I destroy this entire thing. Comparator here, block, redstone dust, and a comparator here. This is a comparator, so this 1 tick doesn't go through, so it filters out unnecessary pulses. Then a slab right here with redstone dust. Next, put a torch right here, and then a repeater on 3 ticks. And before we move any further, we should probably add that circuit I was talking about before. Updater piston right there, and normal piston right here with a redstone block on its face, then a sticky piston right there. Next, a repeater on 3 ticks right here into a monostable with redstone dust and a repeater on 1 tick. Then next right here have a dropper and a hopper. A repeater on 4 ticks going into this dropper, make sure there is an item inside. And then a comparator right here going to that piston. That's why this is a slab right here, so that redstone dust won't get powered, but this piston does. Then a block right there. Next, a torch right here for the last movement. And then this will be a 4 tick, so when it's opening or closing, doing the first movements, this will only be a 3 tick, so this 4 tick pulse won't turn off, or 4 tick repeater rather. So then you can just take away this right here for a second to place this little miniature repeater train. So it will be 4 right here, all of which will be on 4 ticks. So you can just replace this redstone dust and block. Then for this part right here, have a block, then redstone dust going up, a torch, block, another torch. Then right here having a 2 tick go into that. Next, redstone dust to power that right there, and to make sure, since this pulses twice, to make sure this repeater will stay on, or at least look a little better, have that right there. And the last thing you need to do to make sure this thing doesn't break is a 2 tick repeater, block, torch, another 2 tick repeater, a sticky piston right here, and a normal piston right there. And that should be the entire door, and every time I say that, I usually end up having missed something. So remember guys, be sure to check your droppers for items and all that, because I have a bad habit of missing important things. So let's just test this out. Uh, Hold on 1 second. Okay. If you're having this problem right here, change this to a slab, and that should fix it. And then you can just fix these right here. See, I've never had that problem before, but thankfully I know what the problem is. So just make sure that's a slab right there. And then if these got pulled back over, you can just put those back into place, and put these back, and redstone dust right there. Yep, so far so good. Yep, alright. So, anyways guys, thanks for watching. I'm not sure how long this video turns out to be, but hopefully it wasn't dreadfully boring. Tried to get through it as quickly as I could. But anyways, thanks for watching. I know a lot of you have been wanting this tutorial for a while, so I decided for once I'm actually going to make a tutorial on something I showcased. And by the way, this is my Zuma Games server, in case any of you are wondering. It's a whitelisted server hosted by CreeperHost. I really want to thank him for getting me on here. It's really been an awesome experience. So anyways, all the fluff aside, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, leave a like if you please. I will see you next time.